G'day and welcome back to the CruiseAway show here on Gecko. Time for us to take you on incredible adventures for half an hour. Now, sometimes we're talking about taking you to the other side of the world, and sometimes you need a little something that's closer to home. Now, an extra little holiday booster that you deserve, and we just have the answer for you.
Yeah, absolutely, we do. 3 stunning adventures, all offering that relaxing getaway that we all need, where you can be pampered, really unwind and visit some new places along the way. We'll be cruising with new luxury celebrity and princess cruises for this year, next year and into 2026.
So which one should we choose first? Well, we've got a top-end cruise, a Southern Oz adventure, and then New Zealand, Fiji and Samoa. Yes, let's start with that one, shall we? It's for the 3rd of March in 2026 for 26 nights on a double cruise adventure. So a deposit today will secure your deal. Now, we'll fly first from Sydney over to Auckland in New Zealand. Let's relax here before we cruise. Now, we've booked you into a hotel for 2 nights, so you can just chill and enjoy in the very New Zealand way that they like chilling and enjoying things. As we know, one of the most relaxed countries in the world. And it's not too far, of course, from our shores, which is brilliant. But I love the juxtapose between New Zealand and Oz, even though we're in close proximity. You might want to enjoy some of the natural beauty, and it is on a volcanic fault. There's about 56 volcanoes in the Auckland proximity, so loads to see and do in the area. Then it's time to get on the edge of cruising. You have got a double cruise for 24 nights in total on one of the newest, most vibrant, exciting and brand new in class celebrity vessels, the Edge. First in Edge class, followed by the Beyond afterwards. These are incredible ships. They're full of all designed in 3D. They're full of the most wonderful outdoor spaces. As you see, this is the rooftop garden. There's wonderful sculpture, there's live fresh plants, there's infinity pools, and I'm talking not just one, but several infinity pools up there you can enjoy. And then they have this incredible multi-use space called the Magic Carpet. At one point, it could be a pop-up bar, a restaurant, or it could be a tender platform. So it's a very clever use of space, this one. The spa, well, we enjoyed that when we were on the Beyond, didn't we, Derek?
Such a big spa menu as well. I mean, listen, you walk down corridor after corridor and you look in the treatment rooms and there are all kinds of different beds there offering pretty much every treatment under the sun that you could imagine, let me tell you. You're looking at the staterooms right now. They are incredible, is understating it. I mean, just the epitome of luxury. The beds are to die for, let me tell you. The bathrooms are huge and spacious, and you think, wow, every cabin gets one of these amazing bathrooms. How do they do it? It's incredible.
Oh yeah, they're beautiful, and you can operate your infinite veranda, your infinite balcony if you have it, with the touch of a button through the app, which is brilliant. It's dynamic, it's interactive. It allows you to book your place in the dining room or different options for dinner every night as well, and shows and all kinds of things on the app. So that's the great thing about cruising in 2024 onwards, is that you've got all of these options on offer. And when it comes to dining, you're absolutely spoilt for choice when you're on Celebrity, honestly. You might want to book, by the way, an aqua class stateroom, which involves entry to the thermal suites and the spa as well as part of your package. So you can always ask us about that. That's a brilliant thing to do. La Petite Chef, this is a very cool dining experience, maybe for a special occasion where a little chef delivers your dinner every course. It's very cool. Steak, the best steak at sea, many say, delicious. Oh, and Eden, you've got to go to Eden. It's all themed around the Garden of Eden. Even the cocktails, they are amazing. I have to say, having enjoyed some of the stage shows on the Beyond, they are the most dynamic, high production value shows I have seen at sea. There was even a car on one of them that I saw, an actual car on stage.
Yeah, really good.
Incredible trapeze acts. It's brilliant. And really the life force of the ship is the atrium, and they have these this light up evening shows happening, flair bartending. Oh, it's amazing. You're going to love it. You're going to have a ball. We are cruising out of Auckland and we're heading into Bay of Islands as our first port, where you can go and visit the Waitangi Treaty Ground. You might want to go and enjoy the Kerikeri and surrounds as well when you're there. And of course, with the geothermal beauty in New Zealand, there's always things to see. Suva, Fiji is next, and you can go here to see some local arts and handicrafts at the Pure Fiji Factory or the Arts Village if you want to pick up some local things to take home, or perhaps actually see how the locals live in a home visit. Lakota is up next. One of the most beautiful things to see here is the South Sea Orchid Garden. You're going to see incredible species of orchid that you've never seen in your life. And of course, the tropical flowers bloom and flourish in this climate. Then it's Apia Samoa. The first Polynesians arrived in Western Samoa around 1000 BC, 3,500 years ago. Crazy. One of the last bastions of traditional Polynesian culture. And to learn more about that, perhaps a trip to the Waieli is on offer. Pago Pago's next, and that's American Samoa, actually. One of the most dramatic harbours in the South Pacific, welcomes you in. In fact, this region is known for its dramatic landscapes. You can see that just by the images. Then it's Tauranga, and this is the gateway to Rotorua. You might want to head over there and see some of the incredible thermal wonders, or take a tour of Hobbiton, of course, if any Lord of the Rings fans out there, which is brilliant. Now we're back into Auckland for the day, and this is the start of the second cruise, as you're doing a double here. So another little day to enjoy Auckland, maybe do a spot of shopping, stroll around. No rush here because, again, it's your holiday, it's your vacation. You can tailor it as you wish. Then it's Bay of Islands and a second trip back into Bay of Islands, which is brilliant. Now, I'd recommend the Glowworm Caves to go and visit here, world famous destination, and the Haruru Falls as well whilst you're there. And to talk to our shore excursions team on board the ship. Tauranga is next, and the Tapia Thermal Reserve in Rotorua is just simply jaw-dropping. I've been there. They have the bubbling mud pools, the geysers, the sulphur flats. It is amazing, honestly. Napier's next, and if you are a little bit of a wine buff, then this is your wine tasting heaven. There's so many nearby, including the Marlborough wineries, Hawke's Bay. Take a wine tasting tour, which would give you kind of the best of these different wine districts. Peakton's next, where you can see the Queen Charlotte Sound. Of course, we are sort of cruising through the sounds during this itinerary. Another chance to do some wine tasting or whale watching, perhaps, when you're here as well. Then we are on to Wellington, which of course is the capital of New Zealand. You can see forest peninsulas, dramatic cliff sides, lovely museums whilst you're there. Then there's the Waiter Cave to visit. It's Christchurch next, where we can enjoy perhaps just a relaxing day heading up to the Transalpine Railway. That's a great one to do. And again, you can get booked into any of these tours with the help of the Shore Excursions team on Celebrity. Then it's Dunedin, known for the Lanark Castle, of course a Scottish castle in New Zealand, which is always a novelty, I always think. Or you might want to go and see the itty bitty blue penguins at Penguin Place. I mean, they're absolutely adorable, aren't they? Yeah, you've got to do it when you're there. Now we're into the Fiordland National Park and some scenic cruising through Dusky, Doubtful and Milford Sound here. This is New Zealand's largest national park, and it was formed millennia ago by massive glacial flows that carved deep fjords into the coast of South Island. And they are dramatic, sweeping, imposing landscapes best enjoyed on a cruise. What an exciting adventure this is. Of course, we're flying into Auckland, enjoying a hotel stay there. Then we're heading out on our first cruise, which takes in New Zealand, Fiji, we've got Samoa, we've got American Samoa there, heading through more New Zealand, and then onto the second cruise, which is an immersive New Zealand Fiordland trip, and then we're disembarking in Sydney. Amazing.
Just fantastic, isn't it? So we're delivered back to our doorstep at the end of the cruise. Sounded like 6 months away there. I was really enjoying that, weren't you? I was thinking, oh, this is wonderful. Just think of all of that time away from the office, away from the day-to-day of being at home and all the things that need doing, getting away from the news headlines as well. I mean, you can keep in touch on board. You can still watch the news on the TV in your stateroom if you want to. You can take your gadget and hook up to the Wi-Fi if you want to, but also you can switch all those things off and be completely off the grid and just be in holiday mode. Out of office. Deposit today on this, just $800 each, and that will secure the price tag that we've got. It's an epic 26-night adventure. The flight, of course, from Sydney over to Auckland included 2 nights in a hotel there, and then your double new luxury cruise. It's 24 nights with Celebrity on the edge to Fiji, Samoa, and incredible New Zealand, including those stunning Fiordland National Park. days of scenic cruising. You're going to love it. And then, of course, at the end of your cruise, the flight back. Oh no, you cruise back into Sydney, don't you? There is no flight at the end. You cruise back into Sydney, of course. It's just perfect in every way, this holiday. Let's just serve up a perfect price tag then for it, shall we? It's going to be incredible for you. And remember, $800 each today as a deposit will get this locked in for you, even though it's not happening for the best part of 2 years. I mean, that is us saying right now, cast iron guarantee, $800 each as your deposit. That's the price you pay for all of that incredible holiday. And anything could happen between now and then, but it's nice to have something like this to look forward to. And if you've never cruised with Celebrity before, wow, you haven't lived. Here's the upgrade prices, by the way, on board. Remember, you're 24 nights on board on the cruise itself. So just bear that in mind when you're working out your upgrade prices. But I mean, amazing for both ocean view and balcony as well, which is superb. So if you want to know more, speak to our lovely team, 1300 408 764. Tell them we said hello as well. We like to get involved and see them as much as we possibly can, but say hello from us, will you? Right, okay, before we go, we've still got a top-end cruise to come with Princess for May next year, but next we're going on a Southern Oz Explorer cruise just before Christmas. It's going to be 16 nights in all, starting on the 6th of December, and we're flying you from Sydney over to Perth first for a couple of nights there in a hotel. Unless you live in Perth already, in which case you probably won't need that. You can just join us on the cruise.
Oh yes, that'd be great.
Yeah, we're on board Westerdam. And we are starting on board with an overnight in Fremantle itself. So that's where the cruise will kick off from, which is rather nice.
Awesome.
Nice couple of weeks as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that we, again, on the doorstep, there's so many incredible things to see that so many people from the East Coast haven't ventured over to Perth. You might even go to Europe before you do, which is kind of strange because that's the thing, isn't it? We don't often explore what's on our own doorstep. And some of the most beautiful beaches in the country are over in Fremantle. So enjoy the beaches, great wineries and microbreweries as well on the doorstep. Of course, Swan River, you can take a nice cruise up the Swan River. Then we are joining the fabulous Westerdam. Here she is. We're going to be on board for 14 nights. Now, Westerdam has been recently upgraded as well, and she has a new bar, new entertainment venues. I worked on Westerdam almost a decade ago. She was a beautiful ship then, but it's, you know, Holland America Line really like to keep everything looking perfect at all times, so they're always upgrading, they're always updating the ship, which is wonderful. And this is going to be your home away from home for almost 2 weeks whilst you cruise. You'll love Holland America Line. I'm also really enjoying the fact that she's, you know, so many more of the vessels are coming over to Oz now, which gives Australians a great opportunity to enjoy this specific type of cruising, which is different, I think, from many different cruise lines, because it's about really about the voyaging. It's about enjoying the finer things in life. It's not about the all singing, all dancing. It's about more low-key enjoyment of every day and the moments. And they do put a firm feature on enrichment on Holland America Line. So whether you are going to a lecture, learning about a certain part of the world you're visiting, because they do bring on world-class lecturers from all over the globe, or you are learning a new skill, you know, everything from how to take the best, you know, a photography seminar, through to enjoying the chef talking you through their signature dishes in the Culinary Arts Centre, learning about music and B.B. King's, and they really do put a firm feature on music on Holland America Line as well.
Yeah, and big name associations as well. You know, like teaming up with Rolling Stone magazine and dedicating a lounge to
Oprah.
Rolling Stone as well. Yeah,
Yes.
So some big, you know, sort of tie-ups around the world with this cruise line as well, which just keep everything just at that next level. Every cruise line out there is trying to do something different, and I think Holland America Line just keep everything at a very, very nice, smart, sophisticated level.
Yeah, brilliant. And your excursions guide also gives a lot of value to your cruise. There's a fully stocked library too, because they know that people just like to sit back, relax and enjoy, and maybe read a book with a nice glass of something, fizzy or not fizzy. Or boozy or not boozy. You've got all the options on board, exactly. And so then it will be time for us to enjoy the best that is on our doorstep as we set sail to Albany as our first port of call, which is where you can visit Oh, the treetop walkway is beautiful whilst you're there. And the wind farm. You've got Mount Romance, the sandalwood factory to visit too. And then a tour you might want to do here is the Oyster Harbour and Calgon River cruise. Then it's Port Lincoln, which is known as the seafood capital of Oz, interestingly enough. And you can do the Port Lincoln Seafood Story where they tell you all about it. There's another tour called Wine and Wildlife. Then it's Adelaide, of course, the 20-minute city, as she's known, where you can head out on the trams, enjoy some of the great markets there. There's also the Barossa. There's the amazing galleries and museums that Adelaide is known for. Before we head into Kangaroo Island, some tours here, by the way, that they do are the Seal Bay Boardwalk Express or the Kangaroo Island Wildlife, Birds of Prey and Iconic Nature Sites. Now, this is a wildlife reserve, so that's definitely what you're going to want to see. We're into Melbourne next for the 12 Apostles, of course, not too far away. You've got Healesville Sanctuary, the Fitzroy Gardens, the Botanic Gardens, some of the best in the country. You have, of course, the Dandenong Observatory, Lookout and Puffing Billy. Then we have an overnight in Hobart, which is wonderful. And again, it's funny, but so many of us have not made it down to Tasmania. Even though it's at our doorstep, really. You have the wildlife parks there to enjoy in the Mountfield National Park and Russell Falls. Or whilst you're there, you might want to take a night sights tour, which takes you around at night. And then it's Port Arthur. And this is going to be where you'll see a lot of natural wonders. You've got the remarkable cave there to visit and your gateway to the wild and scenic Tasman Peninsula. We are cruising into Sydney where you'll disembark after an incredible trip of Australia's hotspots.
And back in time for Christmas.
Yes.
Plenty of time for Christmas. Actually, you might be doing a bit of Christmas shopping on the way round, will you? Do you think you will? Yeah, I think I would.
Lots of craft markets as well.
Yeah, when you go to different places that you've never been to before, you think, oh, I'll just get so-and-so for so-and-so. Nice little Christmas present, nice little Christmas shopping trip. And a break that we need, let's face it. And it's not that far away, close to home. Lots of people like to cruise close to home. There's just sometimes that comfortable feeling of, I'm going on a holiday, so I'm going away, but not too far away. This is brilliant. So remember, included here, the flight from Sydney over to Perth, 2 nights in a hotel there, and then you've got the cruise on Holland America Line's Westerdam. First night on that is an overnight in the port in Perth, Fremantle, of course, before you make your way around South Australia and Tasmania back to Sydney. Deposits today of $1,400 each, and your price tag for the whole jolly lot. And I tell you what, there is so much included that you won't really understand until you're on board, actually, at your 3,499 there. Once you're on board, that feeling of being looked after so impeccably, everything being to that wonderful standard. If you've never cruised Holland America before, you'll be back for more, I promise. Here's the upgrade prices if you want to go from inside up to ocean view, balcony, or your suite as well. There's a whole range of different options on these ships, and they're all incredible. So just lavish in the deal that we've got there, because it is very, very good indeed. And talk to the team if you want to know anything else whatsoever. Just call us toll free 1300 408 764, because I think sometimes still people now, cruising is such a popular way to take a holiday, and there's still some people who haven't done it, or they haven't done it for 30 years and still have a little bit of an outdated picture in their mind. Hopefully this show kind of throws that on its head a little bit, shows you that cruising today is for everyone. It's not for one particular type of person, it is for everyone. And there is a cruise line for everyone out there as well. So any questions you've got, 1300 408 764, call us toll free. Right then, let's take that final cruise break up to the top end then, shall we? Some wonderful scenic cruising on this one as well. We're back with Princess this time on the Crown Princess. She's a wonderful, wonderful ship, actually. This is for the 1st of May next year, and we're starting again by flying from Sydney over to Perth on this one for a couple of nights there for you. Perth looks amazing.
It is, and it's so different from everywhere I always think over on the East Coast. It's just such a different vibe. It's very low-key, it's very relaxed. There's almost kind of a Mediterranean feel about Perth. Certainly the climate is like that. Love what you were saying as well, Derek, about cruising, going on a holiday, but that comfort of knowing you're not too far away from home. And I think for many people, if it's your first cruise in particular, what a great way to do it, just out of Oz. It's the easiest thing ever. Starting your time in Perth, enjoying the natural beauty, the beaches, the great shopping, the sea lions, the lighthouses, maybe take a trip out on the water, a nice little cruise of the Bay of the Swan River is also a fun thing to do. Then it's time for us to cruise, and we're heading on board the Crown Princess, and we're going to be on board for 17 fabulous nights.
Oh, you are going to love this ship. It gets such rave reviews, it really does. Again, relaxation is a real key on these ships. Everything laid out there for you. If you want to be on the go all day, every day, oh my word, there is a programme as long as your arm.
You could be doing back-to-back activities.
The great thing is, every night, well, these days it's on the app as well, so you can go and download the app, but they still leave, you know, the paper kind of programme for the following day. You get back at the end of a day, maybe you've been out at port or whatever, get back to your stateroom, and there's the list of everything that's going to be happening tomorrow, where you're going, what the activities are, and I think that's really, really exciting.
It's comforting
there's so
as
much,
well.
isn't it? Yeah.
But it's so helpful to have that sheet of paper, like you're all
Yeah.
on board is this time. This is the coffee of the day.
Yes.
For me, it works beautifully because I actually am someone that likes to have things like that written down, not to tell me what to do all the time, but actually to give me the options and have it right there. So I have that comfort of knowing, okay, that's happening, that's happening. It's buzzing, it's exciting on a cruise. There's always things to do and see. Everything's so easy. There's no stress. The destinations come to you. I mean, even if you don't get off a ship in a destination, you can still have some of the best views on offer for that particular destination when you head up to deck 12, 13.
Sometimes it's really nice, actually. It feels like, you know, an untapped secret sometimes when you decide for one reason or another, you know what, I'm not going to get off. I'm going to stay on board. I've heard the stories about, you know, when a ship's in port and everyone's off doing their excursions, that you feel like you've got the ship to yourself, and it's so true. And you get amazing special offers in the spas and things like that. You know, there's some real nice surprises even when you're in a port.
Yeah, incredible. And the shows, they're always winning awards for their shows, for their food. My goodness. You can be part of the entertainment on board too, because they have lots of game shows, whether that's they have adult scavenger hunt, I think, and they have the Mr. and Mrs. game show. They have also got that, you just saw that, the Voice at Sea. There's loads of fun things. Skywalker's nightclub, if you want to boogie the night away, there's that on offer too. If you want a low-key evening, you can just have a nice relaxing movie under the stars. They make that a whole event. So we're heading out of Fremantle, and the first port we're heading into is Geraldton. Really interesting and rugged landscape awaits you in Geraldton, and you've got the Kalbarri National Park, which is one of the most famous parks to visit in this area. Next up, a couple of days at sea sees us into beautiful Broome for Chinatown and the Pearl Luggers Museum, which I think will be very interesting to visit. Some tours you might want to do here include the Willie Creek Pearl Farm and the Horizontal Falls Explorer, because of course the Horizontal Falls are amazing. Then it's up into Darwin and Top End for the Territory Wildlife Park, or Crocosaurus Cove, perhaps, if you are brave enough.
Never.
That's all I'll say. You can cage dive with the crocs.
I'll just watch, thanks.
They're within distance. Then it's Cairns, and of course here we are, a gateway to Whitsundays, Corunda Railway, Cape Captivation, and also the Great Barrier Reef. You've got everything right there at your fingertips in Cairns, which is wonderful. Some scenic cruising through Willis Island, and this is a natural paradise. It's a tiny island measuring at just 1,600 feet long by 490 feet wide, and permanently inhabited island, uninhabited island in the Coral Islands territory. Then it's Brisbane. You might want to do a spot of shopping in Brisbane and to take a day off of sightseeing, perhaps, whilst you're there, heading to the Koala Sanctuary or South Banks Parklands. Totally up to you what you do, but make sure you enjoy everything these ports have to offer. Then we have a day at sea seeing us back into Sydney, where you'll disembark. There's some great scenic cruising between Broome and Darwin. You know, you've got Yampi Sounds, for example. You've got the Kimberley Coast, which is known as the last unspoilt territory on Earth. It's amazing. The Coral Sea, of course. You know, lots to enjoy whilst you're on this itinerary.
Crocosaurus Cove, though, I'm still not sure. Although I did see it was Robert Irwin. They've got some at their zoo, haven't they? They've got some crocs, and he gets rather close to them. Mind you, they're a little bit older, and he's a bit more experienced, but one day, who knows? Anyway, do you fancy a little bit of an exclusive here, like a free upgrade? That would be nice, wouldn't it, for cruising close to home, with the stay in Perth as well, remember, for next May. Deposits on this one, just $500 each, and you will want to get those in as soon as you possibly can, because I'm going to upgrade you for free from an inside up to an ocean view on this offer as well. So let's get the price tag straight in front of you. So it's an inside price, but we upgrade you to an ocean view. Remember, your deposit on this one as well is just $500 each right now. So, pardon the pun, snap it up as quickly as you possibly can, as quickly as the crocs up at Crocosaurus Cove. Here's the details you need if you want to upgrade further from ocean view up to your balcony or suite. And if you want to put that deposit down right now, hot foot it to the phone lines, toll free 1300 408 764, and talk to the team straight away, because that is a deal not to be missed. Again, 17 phenomenal nights for you to enjoy. And so much that Princess have to offer, from things and experiences like being up on top deck on a lounger, watching either a big live sporting event or a big, a movie with the whole family. Doing that under the stars of an evening is a magical thing to do. The restaurants on board are incredible, as are the team as well, and it's the team that really make a cruise, isn't it? Oh, one more thing, if we've got time, quickly, how about upgrading this to go all-inclusive as well? Because they have a program called Princess Plus with Princess, where for $65 per person per day, you get a full high-end drinks package, so drinks up to $22 each, right the way through, which is brilliant. Unlimited Wi-Fi for a device, unlimited juice bar, premium desserts, which are a new addition to Princess, fitness classes, casual dining meals, Ocean Now delivery, so you can have food and drink delivered to the exact spot where you order it from on your app on the ship, which is brilliant, and also room service as well. So if you want to make big savings there on things that normally you'd buy package by package, so you'd buy a Wi-Fi package, you'd buy a drinks package, do it all separately, use Princess Plus as a way of rolling up all of those goodies into one very, very affordable $65 per person per day. It's well worth doing it. You can do it on any of the Princess offers that we feature here on CruiseAway as well. Just talk to the team. Again, 1300 408 764. You know, there are thousands more offers we could be talking about right now as well. I mean, that's just 3 out of thousands, right?
Yeah, our website's absolutely packed.
Yeah.
To the rafters with these opportunities. Wherever you want to go in the world, whenever you want to get there, make sure you book soon, because, booking ahead of the game at the moment with travel is the thing you've got to get going.
Definitely. And make sure you come back and join us very soon for some more CruiseAway. Bye-bye.
Bye.